this time we're going to talk about following up. And I'd like you to explain to me how important that is and the ways that you should do a follow-up.
Sure.
There is a way, such a way.
Oh,
many ways maybe there are.
Well, actually, Frank, it's actually a system, and I wouldn't take this lightly because this has been one of my huge successes, establishing a client base.
Right.
So, if you're listening to this, tune into this.
So this is really important. Okay.
This is massive
I'm all
for
ears.
client success, salon success, and building that relationship.
Right.
I mean, I soon realised earlier on, I mean, I started my first business at 23, and I found this follow-up system just purely by following up. I didn't realise it was going to be a success.
Right.
So if a client, you can use this when clients walk in for the first time. I would get their details regardless if they were just a walk-in. Because I wanted to capture their birthday.
Yes.
I was only 23, and I'm going, I want to celebrate their birthday. I want to give them something. And this is the days when we didn't have internet as we did.
Right.
So I'd just write it down on a piece of paper and put all their birthdays in a database.
Calendar,
so they'll get a card from me.
Yes.
But where I'm going with this is that that's a contact that they get. They get a card from you. It's a follow-up. And I soon realised the power of that.
Yes.
So I took it further. So when that client would come in to buy a product or have a new treatment or a program,
yes,
I would then just ask them, and now this is really important,
yes,
you have to ask the client, can I call you back in a week just to see how you responded either to that treatment, that product.
So get the permission first before you actually do it.
Yes.
To call them.
And I would say 80% of clients would say, yeah, I'd love to hear from you,
Yes,
or the other 20 would say, you know what, if there's a concern or if there's some feedback, I'll call you. Right. Isn't there nothing worse when someone says no when you do it? I mean, it's really inconsiderate and
so
rude.
in that case, when they say, I'll call you, then you just wait for them to call you.
Well, that's in the follow-up. If they haven't, so I'll clarify that. If that's a new treatment or product, definitely listen to that. Yes. If they haven't, we can use the word rebooking as an industry word. Yes. If they haven't made their next appointment with me, I'll just say, oh, would you mind if I called you in 3 weeks just to see if you're ready for your next appointment? And most clients go, oh, I'd love you to. Right. So if it's a next appointment, I would definitely then go further than just listening to their no. So if it's about appointments, always ask that. If it's about a product, it's a separate thing.
Okay.
So it is a system, and basically what I do is I cross out 15 minutes in my diary every week, and the girls will do that too. Yes. And put the name and the number of the client, the reason why you need to call them, because there's so many clients and you might forget. And I would just call them first, leave a voice message, and I've trained my girls to do that. Then everyone has to be on board. When the next week comes around for your next 15-minute slot, you need to ask everyone, did you hear from that person? Right. If not, you need to then SMS them. Right. So it's another point of contact. Okay. Just wondering, did you get my voice message? Just really curious how you responded to that product or how your skin's going from my treatment. Yes. Give me a call at your earliest convenience. It's just really, really easy like that. And if you don't hear from them from that point, that's okay. That's okay, yes. A phone call. But at least you've done the most you could possibly do. And the surprising thing is that after that SMS generally, if they haven't called you back, you'll hear from them. And in that point of contact, that's a powerful point. Yes. Because you're asking how they're going, how they're responding, and if they haven't made their next appointment, you can make that obvious to them. Oh, we didn't get a chance to make your next appointment. I've got my diary here, have you got yours, or would you like to see me in 2 more weeks? Of course. I think businesses sort of start taking their clients for granted and don't do that extra, I know that if, I don't know, my dentist said, how's your tooth feeling after, we drilled into it or whatever it is, that, I would say, oh, thank you for asking. I'd be shocked first. But then I would think, wow, my dentist, or if my beauty therapist then said, I really enjoyed giving you a treatment, I want to know how your skin's feeling today, I would think, oh, that's so nice of you. It would be, a really beautiful thing to do. And that's how most people do take it. They don't get frustrated or annoyed that you've called. No. Because you're giving them space. It's a week. It's not like you're calling them the next day or the next hour. That would be annoying. But
we're not talking about stalking here.
No, just common courtesy, common values actually, and this is actually, I mean, I've been in customer service since I was 8 years old. 8 years old.
Right.
I was put behind my mum's supermarket counter, and I learnt these skills then. You know, really asking about people, looking at their eyes when you talk to them. You know, just be inquisitive, inquire about them, put the focus on the person in front of you.
Right.
And it's just
simple,
really simple values that really matter.
But you said 15 minutes. Is that enough time to do? Or
well, you could make 5, depending on how many people. You could make at least 5 or 6 calls. You only want them to be a minute. Okay. It's not a big social catch-up. It's just point of contact. How's things going with this?
Okay.
That's great. Okay. Any corrections? I mean, if there is a correction, that can take a bit longer. Right. And 15 minutes is generally...
Okay. So again, it's something, the time space that you book into
regularly
into your weekly agenda and this.
It needs to be taken seriously, and if you do this is a huge success, and you'll get clients coming back and back.
If the salon that does it compared to the salon that doesn't do it, what's the difference?
Well, Frankie said it. If whoever watched one of the other videos, you mentioned that I'm a small salon.
Yes, that's right.
That's a great example.
Yes, you're a small salon retailing over $100,000 of products, and just.
A
and that's
15-minute follow-up, 15-minute phone call once a week makes a massive impact.
Right. Well, again, thank you so much. Is
my
there anything
pleasure.
else you wanted to add to that?
I just really want to inspire people to go forward and practice these techniques.
Yeah.
I mean, it's things that there's hidden treasure and hidden concepts that can convert your clients into loving you and raving about you even more.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Frank.
It was really exciting talking to you. I can't wait till our next conversation about something else.
Until next time.
Okay, thank you and
Thank
goodbye.
you.